Hello, good evening and welcome to the Midlands to Molineux. Wolverhampton Wanderers against Manchester City. Another crucial day in the title race. Liverpool 14 points ahead of City at the start of play this evening. City, as we saw them last time, won 4-1, again won 3-1, and the team's already in the tunnel, so we'll wait until the teams come out and they've had everything before we start giving the pyrotechnics are there, the fireworks are there. It's almost foggy inside this stadium right now. You can't see a thing. You can't see the steeple stand across from the Billy Wright stand across the way here. We're in the main stand here at Wolves. Teams waiting in the tunnel. And this evening you're going to get a unique atmosphere because you're going to hear the Wolves fans come out onto the field, cheer their team on. Wolves in a good reign of form. They've only lost once in 12 matches. Manchester City, from now until the end of the season, can ill afford any more mistakes and any more defeats. And listen to this noise as the teams come out. Molineux, ram jam packed. Not a free seat in the house for this one. Nuno Espirito Santo has really got his side buzzing this season. Wolves, after a slow start, are really making pace with everyone here, and they're in the top 7 of the Premier League. And of course, now in the last 32 of the Europa League and doing remarkably well. Teams just shaking hands there. And welcome along to our coverage of this game. I just want to say thank you to all the 4,000 people who tuned in to our 2 commentaries yesterday. It was good to have your support, and hopefully you'll stick around tonight. Right, anyway, well, let's have a look at the 2 teams, starting with Wolves. Patricio in goal for them, and it's Dendonka, Cody and Saiz in a back 3. Then it's Doherty, Neves, Martinho and Johnny Otto across the midfield. And it's up front, Traore, Jimenez in the centre and Jota. So essentially a 3-4-3 formation. We'll run through the subs as well in a minute. This is the Manchester City side. They really do need to win this game. Ederson in goal for them. Kyle Walker, Fernandinho, Nicola Otamendi and Benjamin Mendy at the back 4. Then it's De Bruyne on the right, Rodri in the centre, Bernardo Silva on the left of the midfield, and 3 up front, Riyad Mahrez, Sergio Aguero back from injury, and Raheem Sterling. And making his first start, in fact, since injury. And Traore scored both goals when they went to Manchester City and won Wolves. They're actually going for the double tonight. Defeat here for Manchester City would surely see an end to their title aspirations. Substitutes for Wolves: John Ruddy, Bennett, Neto, Catrone, Vallejo, Vernagari and Kilman. Bravo, Gundogan. This is Manchester City's lineup. Bravo, substitutes bench: Bravo, Gundogan, Zinchenko, Angelino, Cancelo, Foden and Garcia. The referee tonight comes from West Yorkshire. That's Martin Atkinson. And our VAR official, David Coote. 4th official, Andre Mariner from Birmingham. Espirito Santo was heavily linked with the Arsenal job before it went to Mikel Arteta, doing a magnificent job here at Wolves. And there's a man I'm just seeing under pressure there, Pep Guardiola, looking to win a hat-trick of domestic league titles, but at the moment the gap between them and Liverpool at the start of play tonight is 14 points. Lose tonight and the title race could end up being a possession. The pressure on Manchester City big time now. They have to deliver tonight, otherwise it's curtains as regards their title aspirations. Both teams in traditional colours. City in sky blue preparing to kick off, I think. No. Yes, I think it is City preparing the kick-off. Just coming out the fog here at Molyneux. Wolves in their old gold and black shorts. They're having a really good run at the moment, Wolves, since being promoted. An FA Cup semi-final, a 7th place finish, European football to look forward to this season, and also in the second half of this season. It's good times I have back again at Molyneux after a few lean years when Wolves were in League One. A City break already with Mahrez. Mahrez back from Aguero, and Mahrez goes down. Play on, says the referee. Sterling has it far side, and City starting like a express train right at the start of this game at the moment. Now Wolves have possession. Traore now just knocking it back. Now Cody takes possession, edge of his own penalty area. Terrific atmosphere, and the noise, I can tell you, is absolutely deafening. One ball down the near side. Russ is at his pantomime tonight, and he will listen back. And he wishes me and Newcaton all the best. Newcaton is one of our moderators, our new moderators, and what a fine job he did last night. A little bit of a battle in the centre of the midfield there, and that's going to be a foul there. I think it's Moutinho that's been fouled there. Kyle Walker, the offender. Panini's on. Where were you last night, Panini? We didn't see you. Anyway, back to the game. 0-0. And a lovely ball over the top. 1 minute and 30 gone. And the ball has been lost there by Neves, and now City can break. This is Mahrez. Mahrez now running at the Wolves defenders, and that's a lovely ball out towards the far side, but Sterling can't keep up with that, and that's behind for a goal kick. Yeah, I just want to go back to last night, yesterday's double header we did, and I have to tell you the listening figures were unbelievable. 4-figure listening figures for both videos that we did, and it was just amazing. Hopefully we'll get the same here tonight for this game. Well done to everyone who tuned in last night and subscribed. We added 10 new subscribers incidentally to our channel list, and if you are here for the first time tonight, as Wolves come forward and as they try to get the ball forward to Adama Traore, they get a throw in. If you are new to this channel and you like what you see and like what you hear, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, please, and hit that notification bell. It really does mean a lot to the channel when people subscribe and really enjoy what we really set out to do. I put a lot of hard work. It's our 10th-year anniversary next year, and I've got to say, it's been a pleasure, certainly over the last 4 years, bringing all these commentaries across to you, and there's expats who have enjoyed what we've done and everything else, and they were all grateful for our coverage yesterday. This is Kyle Walker now on the near side for Manchester City. Back inside to Otamendi. No John Stones for injury. No David Silva for injury. No, they do have Sergio Aguero back in time for this one now, and his miss has really been untimely for Manchester City. You just wonder how close the gap may have been if Aguero had been in the side. This is Kyle Walker again for Manchester City, trying to touch it back down the corner to De Bruyne, but he's lost possession, and now Otamendi having to put that into touch for a Wolves throw in. And of course Newgate makes a good point. Eric Laporte is out as well. He's been immense since joining Manchester City, and you just think you just get the sense really that if Laporte had been in that side, you just wonder what it might have been for Manchester City, because he was a colossus, and of course the loss in the last summer of Vincent Kompany was a huge blow. Kyle Walker to take a throw there for Manchester City. 0-0 is the score. If you just joined us here, we're about nearly 5 minutes of the first half. More Premier League football. And the games keep coming thick and fast on this YouTube channel over Christmas and New Year. The holiday fixtures certainly full in abundance. This is the last game of the Boxing Day fixtures, and it's the last game of the season for Amazon Prime. And I'll tell you one or two lovely bits about Amazon Prime as we go on and we get a break in play. Wolves have possession now with Johnny Otto. And the ball now back to the goalkeeper, Martini Robert, as Cody hits a long ball forward, and Traore was on his bike there. Neves is backing up. City player went tumbling, but here is Traore again trying to keep the ball in play when he can't succeed in doing so. He's run out of pitch in actual fact, and it's a goal kick to Manchester City. And it remains goalless. 6 minutes of the first half played. This is Walker now for Manchester City down that right hand side. Gets a little deflection now of one of the Wolves defenders. May have been Johnny Otto. I think Sane is injured and he's not in the 18 this evening. But I think you are right, Newcaton, in that respect. Another throw into Manchester City. Walker to take. Rodri in from the start tonight. Takes possession inside the centre circle. Just inside the Wolverhampton Wanderers half. About 5 or 10 yards inside. Ball's played out towards Riyad Mahrez, who had a super game against Leicester City 5 or 6 days ago. Panini went to Ipswich. Great 0-0 draw. Great performance there. 0-0 Gillingham got, and they've got a really good FA Cup tie, of course, on Sunday week. FA Cup starts a week on Saturday, of course. Third round. They always a great occasion in the football calendar, as they've always switched beautifully there by Wolves again. Here's Traore now on the far side. Traore. He's got Vitinho in the middle. Traore goes down. Referee Atkinson says no. Wolves fans are certainly not happy. If you've got Amazon Prime Learn to Play and you want to watch the game but with our commentary, you can do. You can turn the actual Amazon commentary off, and then you can still listen to our commentary. Sue's on all the way on a cruise, and she's enjoying herself there, as we've just seen a little bit of an injury. Oof, dear me, Dendoncker and Mendy in a bit of a collision there between each other. That's going to hurt the next morning. Clash of heads. Adon was impressed me in some of the games I've seen him play, Newcaton, and certainly when Wolves have been in Europe. We've covered Wolves in the Europa League a few times already this season, and he's certainly the most paciest player I think they've got in the side. And if you joined us late, Sergio Aguero is in the team for Manchester City this afternoon. Russ, I'll be working until about 3 o'clock. I'll let you know in the fullness of time. I'm just seeing a foul there by Sterling on Adama Traore. That should have been given, but wasn't. Did look a foul there by Sterling. But referee Atkinson deciding that it wasn't necessarily the case. And he's up and on his feet at the moment. There's still a stoppage in case you were wondering what's happened here. Just to remind you of Amazon Prime, if you've got Amazon Prime and you want to explore some of the other content they've got, let me recommend something for you. If you're a big Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond and James May fan, and let's face it, most of us are, although Jeremy Clarkson does abide opinion in certain circles. They've got their Grand Tour special out at the moment, Seaman, not David Seaman, but Seaman, where it's one of their Grand Tour specials. Instead of cars, they're actually Benini's not, obviously. Instead of cars, they are doing an epic adventure by speedboat, or by boat anyway. Unless you speedboat, unless you're James May. I'll say no more than that. You can watch that at Amazon Prime Live if you want after tonight's match. 90-minute special, well worth the watch. And I'll say no more than that. 10 minutes gone. Dendonker's still receiving treatment for his head injury. It's 0-0 incidentally, but there's been at least 3 minutes. The game's been stopped for at least 2.5 to 3 minutes because of the treatment, and obviously the safety of the players understandably have to come first. Of course, we had that injury in that European match, you may remember. I think it was Braga here a few weeks ago, where we played something like 10 minutes of stoppage time. Wolves winning the game in that stoppage time. Anyway, love ball forward, and Edison has come right out of his goal, and it's taken out the Wolves player, and surely he has to go for that. It's a professional foul. It's a red card. It's a red card for Edison. He has to go. And Pep Guardiola's team are down to 10 men. More drama in the title race. The Wolves player is injured. Manchester City absolutely furious, but I think Atkinson is right here. It's a lovely ball over the top, and Edison takes him out. It's a denying of the clear goal scoring opportunity. Jota is the man he takes out. It was almost reminiscent of that collision between Battiston and Al Schumacher in 1982. When Schumacher didn't even get a yellow card, even let alone a red, and Battiston almost was killed in that incident. He ended up with a cracked vertebrae and 3 broken teeth. And thankfully Jota's okay, his arm's injured, and Edison has been sent off. And he's been told to come out, or come off the field. Pep Guardiola, I don't think Martin Atkinson had much choice. Edison can complain all he wants, but I think the right decision was made. Now they have Bravo in reserve on the bench. It's a free kick, that's for sure. Edison has been sent off. The collision outside, it was outside the penalty area, so it is a red card. It was a clear denying of a goal scoring opportunity, and under the rules of the game, it had to be a red card. And I knew straight away, once the incident had happened, there was no way Edison was going to get away with murder. Edison walks head bowed in disgrace down the tunnel. And with 13 minutes gone, Wolves have a free kick. The incident took place, I should stress, outside the penalty area. And who's going off? They'll have to take an outfield player off and for Bravo to go between the sticks. Now, will it be Sergio Aguero going off? It looks... No, it's not. Aguero staying on, I think. Well, it's a conundrum there that Pep Guardiola's had to... It's Aguero off. Wow, this is a turn-up. Well, that's 2 turn-ups in about 2 minutes. First of all, the goalkeeper sensationally sent off, quite rightly so by referee Martin Atkinson, and now Claudio Bravo has replaced Sergio Aguero. Well, this could be a critical moment in the title race. And we're not even at halfway through the season yet, and Manchester City, who are 14 points behind Liverpool, are drawing 0-0 at Wolverhampton, but are down to 10 men through Edison's stupidity, who's got himself sent off for taking out Jota. It's a free kick about 30 yards from goal, left to centre. Bravo will be cold because he won't have had time to warm up. And this is where Wolves really have to take advantage. 4 in the City wall. City, remember, down to 10 men if you just joined us. 14 and a half minutes gone. It's no goals, but there's been some sensational happenings which will repeat in a little while. Kyle Walker must get back behind the line. He's less than 10 yards away. Moutinho is going to take it right-footed. Moutinho shoots and he's straight down Bravo's throat, and that'll be a relief to him to get a touch of the ball right at the word goal. Always difficult when you're a substitute goalkeeper coming on in a difficult situation. You haven't warmed up, you're cold. It's very, very difficult. It's not a penalty, it was a free kick, Sue. I just want to reiterate the point that the collision happened outside the penalty area, but I think the real justice has been done there with the red card. I've got to say, it was the right decision from Martin Atkinson. Definitely free kick because it was outside the penalty box. I think we've got to make that point vehemently clear. It was nowhere near a penalty, but the red card was never in doubt because Jota was clean through. He did chip the goalkeeper, and there was no doubt in my mind that had to be a clear denial of a goal scoring opportunity, even if it's outside the box, Sue. So this has turned everything now. The up to win probability now, it reads like this. Wolves have a 42% chance of success, 31% to draw, and City, well, I think it's 23%. I'll have to check that out later on, but Wolves now, with that red card, have certainly got the opportunity here. It's going to be a goal kick to Wolves. Well, it's been a sensational 16 minutes so far. Martin Atkinson at the centre of it, but I think he was right. Here it is, the incident again. I'm just seeing it now on the replay. Bravo's come rushing out of his penalty area. Jota has got it over the goalkeeper, and it was almost Pakistan against Schumacher in '82 in the World Cup semi-final again. It was almost going back to Seville. It was almost going back in the TARDIS to another era. It's amazing how certain incidents come back into your memory. City now have a job to do. They've taken one of their attackers off, and that's sensational news. Is Sergio Aguero. So sensational happenings here at Molineux. No goals, but we've had 17 minutes of pure drama. They have to win tonight, Manchester City, to keep their championship hopes alive. If they can win tonight, it will be 11 points. But at the moment, it will stay at 13 with the score as it is now, but Wolves have given themselves the best possible opportunity now to really upset it and really do Liverpool the biggest favour imaginable. That's a good ball towards Traore, right hand side. Traore turns. It comes off a Wolves player last. I think it's a goal kick to Manchester City. Came off Traore last, incidentally. City will still have their bank of 4 defenders, so Wolves will still find it very difficult to break them down. Although, having said that, it looked as if he came off Mendy last. City content to roll the ball out from the back, and so Wolves are trying to prop it from it, and they've forced Bravo into a lot of pressure. Bravo is a goalkeeper sometimes that can blow hot and cold. One day you can have a magnificent match, the next you can have one or two awful moments. He's that sort of goalkeeper. He reminds me of a Jersey Dudek, I suppose. Here's Traore now for Wolves, right hand side, takes on Mendy, goes past him, gets a deflection, and this time gets the corner. And this is where Wolves need to make good profit from this, because if they can just force a few mistakes, and I have to say, mistakes can always come back. This is a real opportunity now. Can Wolves get that breakthrough? Neves, number 27, Dendonk, Saiz is in there too. Dendonk is on by the penalty spot. Doherty's there too. Then towards the near post, flicked on. Doherty keeps it alive, but it's into the arms of Bravo as Doherty tried to stab it in, or knock it goal bound from the far left-hand post. And now City lightning fast break at the other end with Kyle Walker. Takes on Johnny Castro-Otto. Back inside to Rodri. Rodri again. And once again, Mendy now. Well, we've seen a real turn up on the books here. Wolves will feel that City are there for the taking. Remember, they went to the Etihad Stadium, soaked up a lot of pressure from Manchester City, kept a clean sheet to 1-2-0. That was earlier on in the season. 20 minutes gone, 0-0. City down to 10 men. The goalkeeper Edison has been sent off for a clear goal, denying of a clear goal scoring opportunity. Sterling into the penalty area. He goes down. Goal kick has been given, and City are protesting. The VAR official, incidentally, is David Coote, and he'll be at Stockley Park here having a word or two. It may have been Mahrez, in fact. So let's have a look now. Was this a foul? Well, there's definitely a push, but Mahrez does make a meal of it. Be interested to see what David Coote's view of it is. Well, I don't think there's a foul there. I think it's not Sterling, in fact, it's Mahrez. Then Duncan's got an arm on him, but VAR are checking, I'm told. Martin Atkinson referring it to VAR, so they're reviewing it, City. I don't think it's a penalty. I think Mahrez goes down rather theatrically for my liking. And you can tell what Wolves fans think of that decision. It doesn't need me to translate to you. So, well, that does not look at all a penalty. But City got one that was very, very debatable against Leicester City on Saturday. No. Panini, our VAR resident, says no penalty. Now, what does David Coote's decision here? Panini reckoned it was no penalty on Saturday, and it turned out to be against him here. Conor Cody having a few words to say. No, what does Martin Atkinson been advised to give here? I'll be amazed in the slightest that if this is a penalty, it will be a sensational one, a decision. And there'll be a few people on Merseyside holding their breaths as well. Conor Cody, former Liverpool young player as well. We'll be hoping that Wolves get away with this. I think Mahrez does go down rather theatrically. I'll be amazed if he gives a penalty here. I think he's given a penalty. It's a penalty. Oh, that is a sensational decision. I can't believe that. That is got to be one of the worst VAR decisions I think I've ever seen. The whole Molineux ground is a gasp. David Coote may have been a villain of the piece here. So more drama in the title race, and it's Raheem Sterling to take the penalty against Patricio. Cruel justice on Wolves there for me. Can Patricio keep City out? Sterling will go in, right-footed. Hits the shot. Great save! Terrific save by Ray Patricio! And justice for once in this crazy game has been done. It was a poor penalty by Raheem Sterling. And Patricio has got a terrific record of saving penalties. He did have a foot on the line when he saved it, so the penalty save was legal. I think they're checking it now on VAR. Now, City did get a retake at West Ham at the start of the season. I'll be amazed if this is a retake, because he's trailing foot. There's a possible encroachment. Now, what's he going to give here? Another penalty. Well, another penalty, is it? Well, answers on a postcard, please. This is just unbelievable. So we're going to have a retake here. Encroachment. I don't know where the encroachment was, and Wolves are furious. So Raheem Sterling has got a second to go at this. He went to the goalkeeper's right last time. One thing's for certain, it's going to be right-footed. Now then. Sterling again, arc run, right foot, saved again, but Sterling puts away the rebound. A nice cruel justice on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Manchester City, the 10 men, had taken the lead in very, very controversial circumstances. And you can hear in the background what the Wolves fans make of all that. Nuno Santo, I think, judging by his expression there, I'm seeing he's completely lost for words. Now Wolves are having a right go at the referee. I think there's been a coin thrown or something there. There's an object in Martin Atkinson's hand. Probably aimed at him more than likely. Terrific save again by Patricio, but he was never going to get the rebound. Sterling tapped it in right-footed, and City, undeservedly, in my opinion, have taken the lead. This is, well, I have to tell you, it's a complete and utter farce, this VAR nonsense. It was never a penalty in the first place. Mahrez has dived for me. And there may have been an encroachment again, not spotted. Well, Wolves will feel unjustifiably annoyed. Or justifiably annoyed, I should say. They don't deserve to be behind in this game. City are very fortunate. And I just wonder if the officials have got together and just said, right, let's even out the score after that red card. And about 10 minutes ago, we were talking about a terrific decision from Martin Atkinson to send the goalkeeper off for Manchester City. Now, his game that was going well at the time has turned in to an absolute farce. That was never... First of all, let me just clear up. That was never a penalty in the first place. It was a clear dive by Mahrez. I think that's the first thing that I've got to say. I don't agree with David Coote's decision. It's his decision that ultimately counts, of course. But it was the wrong decision. And I'll be interested to see when I hear the pundits' view of it at half-time, when I take that 10-minute break, what they thought of it. Because I have to say that did not, in my opinion, look a penalty at all. Here's Otto with a throw now for Wolves, who must get over that injustice. And it's Martinho now. Neves gets the ball out towards the far side, but he can't find Traore. But it's a total injustice on Wolves. And it's a total injustice on everyone's... on everyone's judgment and their intelligence, because... Look, VAR, I like the concept. I really did, and I was all for it at the start of the season. But it's not being used correctly again. And you can tell there in the background what the Wolves fans think, and I don't need to repeat what's been said there. They don't... Well, Martin Atkinson at the centre of controversy. 10 minutes ago we were praising him for getting a big decision correct in sending Edison off. But he's undone that good work for me, along with David Coote, the man at Stockley Park. It's a disgraceful decision, which has led to all that. And then there was non-existent encroaching. I have to say, I was an advocate of VAR at the start of the season. I thought it would do more good than harm. How wrong was I? How wrong was I? Here's Bravo to get it away from Manchester City. He finds Rodri on the edge of his own penalty area. Well, I never thought this game could get any more controversial than this. Sterling loses possession. Rodri wins possession. Now Walker. And City, every time a player touches the ball, you can tell City are in possession when Wolves are booing. They think their team have been totally on the end of a real injustice here tonight. As Fernandinho hits a long ball forward, looking towards Raheem Sterling, who tries to take it right foot and hits it into the crowd to ironic cheers. Nothing wrong. Well, I can't see what was wrong with that. That was a terrific penalty save. There was no encroachment. There was no... Well, let's have a look at it. This is the second one, I think. Or the first one. Well, there didn't look any encroachment there on the first one. It certainly wasn't on the second one. I have to agree. It is the officiating. I think the technology is there. I think the technology is a good thing in principle, Russ, but I do agree with you on the point that the officials are not using it correctly. Surely with the aid of 25 different camera angles, they could... Well, if Cody encroached, I didn't see it. Half an hour gone. Wolves... But the penalty should not have been given in the first place. That's the first thing I think we need to make clear. Cleared out by Mahrez, and then the penalty. Well, it's sensation. We might have to put a clip up on our Facebook page and let you guys decide. Header back to Claudio Bravo. What Moz must not do is let that injustice really. It won't go on for too long, because he could lose concentration and lose focus on the game. And they've got to remember they're playing against 10 men. But here comes City again. Riyad Mahrez. Here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne now with plenty of space to look at here for Manchester City. Good turn again by Rodri, but he's running into traffic again. Or rather, Bernardo Silva ran into traffic. Here's Adama Traore. Traore turns. Tries to wiggle away from a couple of players. Well, it's definitely a game full of non-stop talking points. City ahead, but undeservedly so in controversial, shall we say, circumstances. But Wolves have just got to get their heads together, get their A game going again. And if they can just get themselves back into the game, they've still got every chance. Wolves 0, Manchester City 1. Here's Johnny Castrootto, left-hand side. Again, good triangular passes from the Wolves team, looking to break down this Manchester City resistance. 10 men that they have. There might be a man down, but they were going ahead in controversial circumstances. Traore looks to skid his man again. Gets a terrific crossing, but it's too close to the goalkeeper, who takes it comfortably inside the 6-yard area, Claudio Bravo. And here comes City now with Mendy on the break. Goes about 15 yards, 20 yards forward. But Wolves gang up on him and get the ball back. Conor Cody takes possession. Finds Saiss. And just overhit the pass there to Jota on the left-hand side. And the ball out of play for a throw-in to Manchester City with 32 minutes gone, nearly 32 and a half minutes gone. And in fact, there were some objects thrown at Raheem Sterling, which is totally out of order, I have to say. Rodrigo was nearly hit by Coyne. Meanwhile, the goalkeeper in a bit of trouble, and the ball out of play for a throw. There was a hip flask, in fact, thrown at Raheem Sterling. I can understand the angle of the Wolves supporters, but throwing objects at Raheem Sterling and some of the other Manchester City players, I think is a bit stupid. A wee bit stupid. Meanwhile, Wolves wanted a free kick. Martin Atkinson deciding that wasn't a foul. Well, that's more a foul than the penalty that Manchester City got. I'm sorry, but if the decision to give a penalty for nothing against Riyad Mahrez is that, well, he's given a goal kick. I don't know what's going through Martin Atkinson's head right now. He's obviously trying to level it up for Manchester City after that red card, and he got that one spot on. But after that, he seems to have lost control of this game. Now Wolves have possession. They've got to just get the ball down and play football. Otto turns away. Johnny Otto, good football by him. Jota now on the near side, being tracked by Kyle Walker. Walker gets a challenge in. Wolves get a throw in line with the City 6-yard box on the near side. Wolves 0, Manchester City 1. Controversy here in this game that's so crucial to Manchester City. They can't afford any more slip-ups. How things have turned in the space of a 10-minute period. City looked dead and buried when they had their goalkeeper rightfully sent off, but then got a penalty given through David Coots. I don't know what was going through David Coots' mind at Stockley Park, but I don't think it was a penalty. And I've got a feeling that Mike Riley might have some explaining to do on this. And I've said it before and I'll say it again on VAR. I thought Panini was bang on. I think they need to employ Panini as the VAR man because he had it spot on. That's 2 penalties that Manchester City have got that have been soft ones that should never have been given in 2 games. They got that one at Leicester which turned the game at the Etihad Stadium. It was 1-1 at the time. 0-0 in this game when they got a very, very debatable penalty. It looked to me as if Mahrez had simulated, in layman's terms dived, to get the penalty. And now City have got a free kick inside the centre circle, inside the Wolves half, and Saiss, yeah, definite free kick came through the back of him there. Free kick to Manchester City. Thanks, Russ. Let's in back to your Everton comms from yesterday. Great work. Thank you. Even though it was in defeat and the commentary was a little bit biased. Anyway, 10 minutes of the 9.5 minutes of the first half to go, and it's been a really eventful 35 minutes. Some ironic cheers as Raheem Sterling is flagged offside. And a free kick already to Wolves, who get on with it straight away. Wanting to put the wrongs right, absolutely now. Jota in possession, back to Otto, back in field again. Martinho looking for options on halfway. Connor Cody now breaking forward. Still 1-0 to Manchester City. That's controversial penalty. The Dandy Derby, Dundee United 1, Dundee 0. I agree, it should still be 0-0. But you cannot change the VAR decisions. And Wolves now just need to get out of this rut. They're still very much in this game. They're playing against 10 men, let's not forget that. And Otto has gone down in a heap. And the referee's got to stop it. I think it might be an head injury. He's holding his face there, Johnny Castro Otto. Wolves will put the ball out of play so that Otto can receive some treatment here. And this was maybe a high foot. Walker cleared the ball and then Otamendi. Well, it looked innocuous. I don't know whether he's pulled something there. I don't know what Otamendi actually did wrong there, to be honest with you. Something has gone or a muscle's gone in his shoulder. I don't know, but if Otamendi tried to do anything, it was purely accidental in his defence. Otto feeling the back of his neck. I wonder if it's just a strained muscle. You can get strained muscles very easily. And I'm over 35, as you know, and when you get to my age, you do get a few stresses. You do get a few aches and pains when you get older. Otto just receiving some treatment down on the near side. Manchester City will be urged, I'm sure, by Martin Atkinson to give the ball back to Wolves. Wolves did put the ball out of play. And is he going to contest a drop ball here? No, I think he might just give it in Wolves' favour here. So Wolves have possession and they play on. 38 minutes gone. I'm on the JB Claret YouTube channel. It's 1-1. Sorry, it's 1-0 to Manchester City, sorry. Even I'm getting carried away. But it's been a game full of fractious talking points. A red card for Ellison, a deserved red card when he brought down Jota when he was clean for a goal and brought him out 10 yards outside the penalty area. It was almost like Battiston against Schumacher in '82, that famous World Cup semi-final, of course. Sterling has scored his 10th goal of the season in the Premier League. Wolves played some crisp passes. Then they were, well, Wolves were done by a justifiable penalty decision that went against them. It looked a clear dive by Mahrez as Jota tried to turn that down inside the penalty area. There will be a throw in the Wolves with the penalty area of Manchester City. Otto to take. Left hand side. Can Wolves find a way through before half time? We've got about 6 minutes plus stoppage time to go. There might be at least 2 or 3 minutes come the end of this first half. Plenty of talking points for sure. Penalty that was wrongfully given. A foul, the judge foul on Mahrez. referred to VAR. City went. Martin Atkinson originally did not give the decision. Then City attempted to overturn it, and they successfully did. Then the first penalty, as that cross comes in, is turned away by Manchester City. De Bruyne will complete the clearance. Then the first penalty, which was saved from Sterling, which was saved brilliantly by the goalkeeper Patricio, was disallowed because of encroachment. The second one was saved again by Patricio, and Sterling put away the rebound. And there's been some hip flash thrown at him as the cross comes in. It's not cleared properly there by Otamendi. Pilcher handball there by the Wolves supporters, but none of the Wolves players appealed. Otto tries to get the cross in from the left-hand side. Good pressure this for Wolves, by the way. Den Duncan now keeps possession. This is better for Wolves. They're looking more accomplished now. This is the ball chipped in there by Otto. It's a good cross, and a Traore coming flying in at the far side, volleying the shot which hit a couple of City defenders. It's still 1-0. I wish it was 1-1, in fact. I wish it was 1-0 to Wolves. That's a good ball. Otto has kept that in. Now then, he'll take on Mahrez, who theatrically won the penalty, controversially. Great player, but Wolves will feel hard done by. Ball into the penalty area, looking towards number 9, Jimenez. He's a threat himself, of course. Got the winning goal against Braga. The last time we covered Wolves on this YouTube channel, it was in the Europa League game against Braga, where they had that injury, of course, which held the game up for 11 minutes. Here's Traore now. Oh, he's away from his man as if he didn't exist. He puts in a testing cross. 3 Wolves players converging on it. Jimenez battling for it, and City somehow scrambled that away. 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time to play in the first half. And Wolves now ended the half very strongly now. Looks as if they've got that frustrations out of the injustices that have gone before them out of their system, and realise they're still very much in this game. And if they can get themselves the equaliser, they'll feel vindicated. Rightfully so. Sterling takes possession. That's why you can hear the boos. 2 attempts to 3, Manchester City's favour. On target, Wolves have had 1, City 2. They lead 1-0 City. Controversial. Mendy runs the ball out of play, and you can hear the ironic cheers from the Wolves supporters who, well, I don't think Martin Atkinson is going to be the most popular man in Wolverhampton somewhat. No, I don't think it was a penalty. It comes off, in fact, it comes off the Wolves player, Jimenez, in fact. So it was never going to be a penalty in Mumford Sundays. That's why Wolves players did not protest. Anyway, don't forget, in the second half, 60th minute, JB MLTM. You can vote for your man of the match in the second half, and we'll tell you how to vote if you're new later on as that cross comes in. Well taken by Bravo. Otto's cross from the left-hand side, but taken very confidently there by goalkeeper Claudio Bravo. Has replaced Sergio Aguero after Ederson was quite rightly sent off, denying Jota a goal-scoring opportunity, a clear goal-scoring opportunity, and it was clear and obvious. Certain VAR would have had a 2 penalty involved in that one, but I think Martin Atkinson would have made his mind up there as Wolves get a free kick, and again more ironic cheers, and it's going to have to be retaken. There's going to have to be a booking here, because City are more than, they were less than 2 yards away from the ball. They're supposed to be 10. And it's not right. City leading, but undeservedly and in controversial circumstances. Wolves have been the better team. They're looking more lively as this first half comes to a close. And there's a good effort from Jimenez just to the left of the penalty area, right-footed, about 25 yards out. Looking to find the top right-hand corner. But it was a bit too central. And Bravo, at the second attempt, gathered it in, no problem. Last minute of normal time at the end of the first half. There may well be a little bit of a chunk of stoppage time as well. Probably 2 or 3 minutes because of the earlier head injury, which has sort of been forgotten about. And of course we've had all them shenanigans with the penalty and the red card incident. It took a while for Bravo to go off the field. There may be 3 or 4 minutes. Well, we'll find out from fourth official Andre Marino, who hasn't had to travel too far. Birmingham, he comes from. Here's Otto for Wolverhampton Wanderers, who trail 1-0. Here's Traore now. And that's a lovely ball out to the far side now. Can Wolves find something here? Chipped into the penalty area. It's a decent cross by Neves. Taken down there by Jimenez. Jimenez's attempted low cross was taken away. And now they're being urged to shoot here at every conceivable opportunity. Dendoncker takes possession. And now round the corner, Otto with a low cross, turned away once again by City's defence. Otamendi completed the clearance. And Wolves get a throw in. We're going to have, I think it's, what's he giving here? It's 7 minutes of stoppage time. Looks like we're going to have an extra 7 minutes, folks, at the end of that first half. Let me, 7 minutes of added time. Newcaton just confirming that as the audacious attempt from Ruben Neves, right-footed from 35 yards came in. It was a tame shot, and even Bravo can hold on to them. And Bravo's taking his time and now kicks out of his hands. It's a poor clearance by him, and City get away with it because Rodwell was able to pick up the loose ball. So we're into the first of the 7 minutes of added time, and I should also stress it's a minimum of. And still this first half continuing at a thunderous pace. Traore gets possession. Goes past one man. Nearly got clipped down. Still goes past the second. Midway side, the Manchester City half. This is great performance at the moment. 671 subscribers have subscribed to the channel. If you want notifications, hit the notification bell. Free kick to Wolverhampton Wanderers to Bernardo Silva's complete dismay. And Mendes' complete dismay. It's the official on the far side that's giving it. Linesman on the far side, handball. Well, it looks as if, in fairness to Bernardo, I think that came off his chest. And I have to tell you, that's another poor decision from the officials. And the other thing is, VAR cannot refer that sort of decision. But Wolves will say, well, they shouldn't have got that penalty. We've had 2 minutes in the 7. Coutinho's going to take it on the far side. Can Wolves rescue something right at the end of this first half? They played okay. They don't deserve to be one down on balance. Coutinho's free kick from the far side. It'll come out again. City only half clearing it. Jota, edge of the area, chips the ball towards the penalty area, towards the back post. And behind for a goal kick before Saiss could get on to the end of anything there. But Wolves ending the first half very brightly indeed. And if they play like that in the second half, even if they're 1-0 down, they've still got every chance. And Saiss wasn't offside, in fact. Beautiful weighted ball in there by Jota. And Saiss just couldn't reach out enough to get the ball away. Now Bravo's taking his time. 3 of the 7 minutes played. Another 4 left to play. Well, I can count it all up in a nutshell, Sue. Bravo took about 3 minutes to go off the field. We had an head injury before that took another 3 minutes. We've had all them penalty shenanigans as well. So that's in another 2 minutes. So you're talking 7 minutes there at least. It would have been 7 or 8 minutes. I think it's probably justified. And of course we've had VAR as well, sticking its free penalty in and making wrong decisions all night. It's been that sort of match, really. Free kick for Wolves just shy of halfway inside their own half. And Saiss gets on with it. Now can Wolves find a level? They've still got a while. Yeah, we've had 4 minutes of the 7. Another 3 to go. Traore trying to play a 1-2. Traore will get through on the edge of the area, gets his shot off. And it was an attempt at a left-footed shot. He got his shot in. I think the referee was going to allow that shot anyway. May have been a possible claim there for half a possible claim there for a free kick against Nicola Otamendi. I have to say, he shoved him out the way there. That could have been a Wolves free kick conceivably. Maybe Mr. Atkinson should have brought that back. The Traore's got pace to burn, and so have Wolves at the moment. They're going forward again and testing this Manchester City defence, and they're withstanding everything that Wolves are absolutely throwing at them at the moment. Here's Sterling. Good tackle again by Conor Cody. He got in there very strongly. Now here's Johnny Osso. Goes in field. Leads support, and he tried to find Traore, who was way too casual with the pass towards the right-hand side. Manchester City gifted possession. And now they gift it back to Wolves. Remember, City playing with 10 men. We've played 5 of the 7 minutes. 2 left to play. Almost has got a end of the game feel to it. We're only at the end of the first half, folks. A long ball out towards the far side, but well dealt with there by City. And the ball hooked away. But it's the game being played exclusively in Manchester City's half of the field. Wolves really dominated the later stages of the first half. We're to the closing stages here. Last 2 minutes of stoppage time, but that should also stretch it to a minimum of 7. Martin Atkinson could be liable to add on more time. He's given a free kick there for a foul on Raheem Sterling, the goal scorer. Foul there by Gian Martino. Acting down. Free kick only. We've now played just shy of the 6 minutes of the 7 that was allocated by Andre Mariner from Birmingham. 1 minute potentially of stoppage time remaining, although Martin Atkinson after that can add time on at the end of time on if he wants to do that. Sure, everyone will want to take a break. I certainly want to take a break in the commentary box, get some Christmas chocolates down my throat and get a new cup of coffee on the go before hitting the mic again for what could be a really good second half and hopefully a real grandstand finish. We're having a grandstand finish in this first half here. Wolves are giving it a good goal, but there will be a lot of talking points, that's for sure, at the end of this. Should City have had a penalty? Now what's happening here? There's more shenanigans here. Walker's taking his time with it, and it's not endearing himself to any frustration for the Wolves fans. We've played the 7 minutes, and Atkinson's going to allow to take this. Well, he's poised with his whistle in his mouth. We're still playing on. We're 11 seconds over the 7 minutes. And there's Sterling, well defended again this time by Conor Cody. And there goes the half-time whistle. And as you can hear in the background, the Wolves fans are furious, candescent with rage, because Manchester City lead for a controversial penalty given by VAR's David Coote, when Morris are judged to have been fouled, although on replays I've seen he clearly dives. There was a penalty save by Patricio, which had to be retaken for so-called encroachment. I didn't see anything wrong with that. Didn't affect the flight of the penalty, by the way. So Sterling had a second bite. Patricio went to the save side. Patricio made the save. The ball came back to Sterling, who stuck the ball into the back of the net. And there we are. And then there was also more drama before that when Ederson, the Manchester City goalkeeper, was sent off for a clear body check on Diego Jota, almost reminiscent of Al Schumacher and Patrick Battiston in 1982 when it was something like that, when Jota was clean through. He chipped the ball past the keeper, and the goalkeeper came flying out there. Could have done real damage there to Jota. Jota thankfully okay and played on. But Ederson quite rightly punished with a red card. So plenty of talking points absolutely to go about here at the end of the first half. We're going to take a 10-minute break. I think I need to lie down after this. Stay tuned. The second half may well be interesting. But hard time here in a controversial Premier League game here at Molineux, which affects the title race, because City, as things stand, will reduce Liverpool's lead to 11 points if the score stay the same. It's Wolves 0, Manchester City 1, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes from now. Welcome back to Molineux, where I've been assessing the expert's view of it. Dermot Gallagher thought that the red card was justified and that the penalty was justified. Well, if there's a slight contact, I can't agree with him. I take the Roberto Martinez and Michael Owen view that that penalty should not have been given. I still believe that's the case. I think Mahrez goes down rather theatrically there, and there's no way, in my opinion, that should be a penalty kick. But there you go. We'll just have to. It's just one of those decisions that have to be accepted for what it's worth. But that does not excuse anything. Anything that's going on. Yes, Manchester United against Burnley tomorrow night at Turf Moor. Should be a cracker, that one. We'll let you know if there's any Saturday games that need covering, and I'll let you know around about 3:30 via my Facebook page. And if you haven't checked out my Facebook page, go and check it out. The companion page to this, it's at www.facebook.com/JB Claret. Well, it's me, JB, John Stuttard, in the commentary box this evening here at Molineux, and well, talking points of plenty. I think Wolves will be justifiably aggrieved. Will be justifiably aggrieved that they're 1-0 down, because I don't think they deserve to be 1-0 down. Certainly the red card was completely and utterly justified. I don't think there was much doubt about that. But it would just be nice if we could just it would be nice now if they could just get back into this game here, Wolves. You know, I think for the game's point of view and for the game's sake, I think it needs Wolves to equalise now. Just get that injustice out of the way, and hopefully we'll enjoy a great second half. To be fair, they did. He's a Manchester United fan, actually, so he's one of you. And I just hope that Wolves, can get back into this. But they did play well towards the end of the first half. Now, Sue was wondering where the 7 minutes was, when there was 7 minutes at the end of the first half was justified. Well, let me run it down for you, basically. What happened was there was at least 2 minutes for the clash of heads before the red card. Then the red card decision happened, and Edison took about 3 to 4 minutes to leave the field. Then we had all that penalty shenanigans. That took another 2 or 3 minutes. So that's hence why we've got that's why we had the 7 minutes, and then all them shenanigans as well with the penalty and the VAR and all that ridiculous mumbo jumbo. It's just well, I'm not sure about encroachment. I just honestly think City have got very, very lucky. Meanwhile, we've got Garcia on the field. He's replaced the man who won the penalty, in inverted commas. Looks like it's a defensive substitution, as the teams are back out. Well, Manchester City certainly are, anyway. I think himself very lucky there, Pep Guardiola. Wolves are also out onto the field. So Garcia on for Mahrez, as City look to shut up shop. So you've got a sense now that City will try and attempt to catch Wolves out on the counter-attack. Remember, City down to 10 men with that red card given to Edison. Wolves in the old goal getters away. 11 men. Manchester City sky blue and white shorts. It's Wolves attacking the goal to our right, City to the left-hand side. City have used 2 of their free subs. Aguero off and Bravo on, and now they've brought on Garcia in place of Mahrez. Wolves yet to use a substitution yet, and you feel that Wolves will do a lot of the play, or have a lot of the play this second half, and really push Manchester City very, very ragged as well. They'll try to pull them apart as much as they can. As Cody takes possession, it's a 50-yard diagonal ball into the path of Doherty. Doherty does really well. Goes in field once again. And then the chip forward towards Adama. One of the most paciest players I think I've ever seen for quite a long time. And again, it goes away from 2 challenges. Goes away from the challenge of Bernardo, but runs into traffic again. And City tries to get it away, but Sterling was miscontrolled it, and Wolves get a throw in halfway inside the City half. They've gone back to halfway, however. And this is Johnny Castro Otto far side. Here he is now, picking the ball up, running into space. Getting it in there towards Jimenez. And a good run into the penalty area. Chance here for Wolves, and it's stabbed over the top by Jota. What a lovely move by Wolverhampton Wanderers from the left-hand side. Great passing build-up. And that was the Wolves that we've all come to expect. They played really well against Tottenham 2 weeks ago without any reward. They almost did the trick there. Jota from 7 yards, chipping it over the goalkeeper. But over the top of the bar. With the left foot, of course. 47 gone then. 1-0 to Manchester City. It's 1-0 in the Dundee Derby. Or the Dandy Derby. I don't know why he calls it the Dandy Derby there. I think it's got anything to do with Dandy. Dundee United 1, Dundee 0. Two sides who should be in the top 5 of Scottish football. And aren't at the moment. The best days really beyond them at the moment. But you never know, Rangers are coming back very strong these days. Oh, that's where the Dandy's published, I'm told. Right. I wonder why it was called the Dandy Derby. I never read the Dandy. I read the Beano when I was a youngster as regards comics. Anyway, here's De Bruyne away from his man. And now, City now still have enough class out on the field to hit Wolves potentially on the counter-attack should they try to do so. Sterling on the ball now, far side, being roundly booed by 33,000 Wolves supporters. And the ball up, a bit of an up and under. Wolves deal with it on the edge of their own penalty area. Coley getting that one away. City have it on halfway now, and it's Fernandinho from Otamendi's pass. And City now have possession. Rodri for City. One ball flow over the top, but that's going into no man's land and into the arms of Rui Patricio. Or to the feet of Rui Patricio. Well, he's been forced to make 2 changes. Now his team are 1-0 up. He's going to shut up shop and try to shore things up here, Guardiola, because he knows that Wolves will have a lot of the play now. And if that last few moments at the end of the first half was anything to go by, Wolves were building up ahead of steam. Maybe half-time was the wrong time for them at that precise moment in the game. But the flag stayed down, and Sterling is through here. He's against Patricio. Sterling lifts it over the goalkeeper, and City go 2 goals clear. Raheem Sterling with his right foot to Manchester City take advantage of some really lacklustre defending from Wolverhampton Wanderers and go 2 goals clear. Nothing that Patricio can do about it. And Wolves now, if they're going to get any points from this game, have to score at least twice or 3 times to win it outright. And all you can hear is the 3,500 City fans on the far side of the ground opposite me. Definitely onside as the ball was played forward. Wolves try to play the offside trap and the offside game. It never worked. And Raheem Sterling continuing his terrific form this season. That's his 11th goal this season in the league. And chips it over the goalkeeper who wears number 11 into the back of the net. It's a great finish. Let's give Raheem Sterling a bit of credit. So as we stand, the gap between City and Liverpool will be at 11 points, and City in fact will move up to second and break that 40-point barrier, which obviously is enough to stay in the division. City will get there easily anyway. Liverpool are on 50-odd points. Here come Wolves now trying to get themselves back into it now. Free kick on the edge of the area. Martin Atkinson was in a fantastic position, and it did look a foul to me. And that's not going to make any Wolves fans feel any happier about things. But Wolves are still coming forward. They're asking a few questions now. No, what can Matinho do here? Or Neves, he chips the ball forward. The flag has gone down now. Wolves claim a penalty. And the referee says no. And he's given a throw into Manchester City. Now VAR will check it. Oh my goodness me. Now, was this a penalty? Well, Walker's pushed Jota slightly here. I guess Wolves have got to claim everything. There was contact. Was it clear and obvious? That's the question that one will have to ask. Then that looked more penalty than the first one when Otto was fouled. I think Rodri's pushed him there. And no penalty. And that is angering the Wolves fans. That wee bit more. 52 gone, Wolves 0, Manchester City 2. Just to remind you, the JB man in the match around about the 60th minute mark is in operation. Name of the player you want to see win, plus the hashtag JBMLTM. Here come Wolves again. Going to get one back. Oh, they nearly did through Raul Jimenez. His shot got a deflection. I think he's clearing the corner and he's furious with the referee's assistant and the referee because he felt that got a deflection beyond the right-hand post of Claudio Bravo. Walker dawdled in possession. Jimenez got the ball back. I'd like to see it slowed down. Yeah, it deflected. It deflected off Fernandinho. That should have been a Wolverhampton corner. They're not getting any decisions here for Martin Atkinson apart from the red card, which under the laws Martin Atkinson was bound to by the law, the letter of the law. But it was a clear and obvious goal-scoring opportunity. There's a VAR screen. Now, why aren't the referees going over to that? I can understand why people were not enthralled about the VAR cups coming into the game. But it was its sole purpose when it was first introduced at the start of the season, or 2 years ago for the FA Cup ties, was the fact that it was supposed to eradicate any talking points or any controversy. Well, it's done the completely opposite, really, and I think it's down to the people that operate them, who operate it all. Maybe we need independent witnesses rather than the same old referees week in, week out. Maybe we need someone who's a bit more independent. Anyway, here's Traore. Pace to burn this line. And a good shot to boot as well with a right foot. And Wolves are back in the game. A terrific right-footed shot. And it goes right into the left-hand corner. Wolves back in this game. 2-1. Terrific finish. And now Molineux, all of a sudden, comes to life once more. Gets the ball here and from all of 20 yards, shoots past Bravo. He hasn't got a hope. He hasn't got a prayer. And Wolves are back in this game. 2-1. What a fantastic strike. In off the post. And all of a sudden, City are rocking again. That'll give Wolves some confidence. 55 gone. Wolves 1, Manchester City 2. This is a real cliffhanger. We brought you two magnificent games on Boxing Day. Burnley being edged out by Carlo Ancelotti's Everton. And then Liverpool winning at Leicester. We built that up to be a real classic. But what a goal that is. One of the goals of the season as far as he's concerned. But it's given Wolves hope, and there's still a good 35 minutes left of the game. They could easily score another couple. If they can score another two with one of the comeback to the season. But it just gives the Wolves fans that little bit more of a lift. They've got a free kick now on the far side. All of a sudden now, Wolves are the team with the tails up and the team in the ascendancy. And they try to take it too quickly, and they've almost paid the price for that. Cody covers well on halfway as City look to build a counter-attack which could have led to a third goal. Fantastic football again. Here's Adama picking the ball up. He's got pace to burn, this kid. And his shooting ain't too bad, but his pass through wasn't brilliant. Well cut out by Nicola Otamendi. Now the ball over towards the far side. And I think it's De Bruyne who's picked this one up. Oh, what a good tackle. What a good tackle again from Saiss this time. And Wolves now playing with all action endeavour. They know they've got nothing to lose. They're against 10 men. They might as well go for it. They get a point. I think they deserve something from the game. The way they've gone about this game, and they've gone about it so positively, even with all the injustices they've had to endure. Otto has it on the far side. Chips the ball into the penalty area, looking towards Jimenez. And then a bit up and up and up and under, and then the goalkeeper takes the catch inside his 6-yard area. Claudio Bravo. Remember, City down to 10 men. Bravo replacing Sergio Aguero after the goalkeeper, first choice goalkeeper Edison, had been sent off. Brody, good evening to you. Sue has just realised what's happened. 57 gone here. What a game. And a wonderful ball around the corner to Neves. Oh, Jimenez rather. He goes down. Free kick Wolves, and all of a sudden Wolves now are starting to play with a real consistency about him. It's Johnny Otto, in fact, who's been fouled. No, it wasn't. It was Raul Jimenez, sorry, so I got it right. Foul by Otamendi. The roof would lift big time here at Molineux if they were to get an equaliser here, Wolves. They've played so well in the game as a whole. And they deserve at least a point out of this. We wanted to come back to the season even if it ends 2-2. You're up there with Watford against Arsenal earlier on in the season again. We covered on the channel. Traore forward from the back. Martinho, as you would expect, to take the free kick. Left hand side, far side. And he chips it in towards the penalty area. There was a flick there by a City player and into the arms, or back into the arms rather, of Claudio Bravo, who just takes the sting, the moment anyway, out of the situation. City have possession, still inside their own area. Rodri has to be careful, finds Mendy just to the left of the penalty area, but he gives the ball away and halfway. Wolves again back in possession, the crowd right behind them now. There was silence and doom and despondency about 7 minutes ago, but all of a sudden the noise and vigour and the atmosphere well and truly back here at Molineux. 59 gone, Wolves 1, Manchester City 2. Play on, said the referee. Oh, there was an advantage there, Martin Atkinson. They could have played on. They could have played on. Wolves were in a great position. He stopped it so he could book Otamendi, but I think that's a disgraceful decision to not let the game carry on. It's a foul, but it's reckless for Otamendi, and it's the only reason he's not got the red card is the fact that he was one-footed. But I have to say, Wolves were in a terrific position to going down that near side. It's Otamendi's third booking in the season, and one more like that and City could be down to 9 men. We'll start the voting for man of the match, incidentally, in 5 seconds from now. Remember, name your player and then hashtag it with the hashtag JBMLTM. In fact, the voting for that now is open. Free kick which Martinho will take on the far side. They'd rather have had the advantage, Wolves, if I'm being perfectly honest. You tell what Nuno Santo record about that. Anyway, here comes the free kick. Wolves will still play and they'll still fight. Here's Martinho again, far side. Oh, he's just overhit the pass and it's out of play for a goal kick. Just overhit the pass there on the far side, but I tell you what, that goal from Adama Traore is a magnificent goal. Ross Bernard has gone for Sterling for his 2 goals. I don't think Sterling can be the villain of the piece because it was not his fault what happened earlier, really. And I tell you what, if there was a villain of the match vote, I think it would be our friend down at Stockley Park, a certain Mr. David Coote, who, to be fair, has not really covered himself in glory tonight. if truth be known. But what it does do, it sets up a real grandstand finish to proceedings. And we've got ourselves a grandstand finish here with Wolves on the attack. Still 2-1. Final third passes. City 22 passes and Wolves 76. So you can tell who's the team in the ascendancy in the middle. Here's Adama Traore. Pace to burn, this kid. One of the paciest players I've seen for a very, very long time in top flight football. Gets a nice little cross in there. Still a chance in there for Jimenez. The ball might break here to Jota. Just couldn't control it on the edge of the penalty area on the left-hand side. But Neves is in possession. And it's found Traore. Now he'll try and trick away against Mendy. He's up against two City defenders. Tries to dink across into the penalty area. Now he gets the ball back a second time. He'll have a second goal. Goes backwards to number 32 there. That was Dendoncker, of course. Wolves unchanged from the first half. Yet to make a substitution. City forced into two subs as the ball comes into the penalty area. Remember, City, if you joined us late, are playing with 10 men. But it's Wolves in the ascendancy here. Wolves 1, Manchester City 2 is the score. 2 goals for Raheem Sterling, 1 from a controversial penalty that was given by VAR, which I'm fed up of talking about, quite honestly. Let's just get on with the game. Long range shot coming in. Oof, tell you what, Dendoncker hit that with some ferocity with his right foot. Hit this terrifically well. And I tell you what, if that had gone in, the roof would have lifted off, but Bravo saw it all the way. Dived away, a touch to his right. 2 votes for Raheem Sterling. I have to say, he's not the one who's caused all the controversy. It's not his fault. It's the VAR stuff, and it was Mahrez, remember, who won the penalty. I know I called it wrong at this time with Sterling, because I thought he started out on the left-hand side, but it was Riyad Mahrez. I just want to just correct people on that. But he has played well. And he's continuing his good form into the season. We're going to see a final change here for Manchester City. We're going to see Ilkay Gundogan, the former Borussia Dortmund, again. Well done VAR for winning Liverpool the title. Well, it might reduce the arrears, to be fair, because VAR's worked out in City's favour at the moment. They're winning 2-1, but I don't think it should be 1-1 in a sense. Wolves should not be losing this football match. And if fine margins are going to be decided by a brainless official at Stockley Park, then there's going to be uproar. Here's Traore into the penalty area, going the cross from the right hand side, and yes, well done Traore. Yes, he's done well, deserved his goal, and Traore gets a vote. 2 votes to Sterling and 1 to Traore. They have been the standout stars for both sides this evening, and quite rightfully so. Forget about the farce of VAR. Let's forget about that now, because we've got a 25 minutes of sheer grandstand finish here ahead of us. Let's concentrate on that. But here come Manchester City now, looking to try and finish this off once and for all. I think Gundogan has come on. I don't know who he's replaced. Can someone check for me who he's replaced, please? I'm back to Mendy on the ball, sorry. Gundogan, in fact, wears 8. I don't think Gundogan's come on yet. But this is Mendy, perhaps that starts. It's Fernandinho, sorry. This is Rodri inside City half. Well, we can imagine if that had gone in 2. We can only imagine, we'll never know really. There's still time for Wolves. 24 minutes plus stoppage time to play. Still a long way to go in this game yet. City are far from home and hosed. De Bruyne takes possession, looking to get Raheem Sterling in behind. Sterling, who's another pacey man, along with Mr. Traore as well. De Bruyne holds it up, gets the shot in, right-footed. It's wide of the left-hand post, and behind for a goal kick. And now we will see that substitution now for Manchester City, and it's Kevin De Bruyne, in fact, who comes off, and Ilkay Gundogan comes on. So City have now played all 3 substitutions. 2 being forced. Grazia, Gundogan and Bravo all needed. 31737, 31,377 has been confirmed as the attendance here at Molyneux tonight. Nice sizable crowd. And on a Friday night too, on a cold December evening, as we approach the end of an old year towards the turn of the year. It's been a remarkable 2019. We'll have a review of the year in the new year of 2019. There's been some terrific football action. Of course, Liverpool winning the European Cup and several other things. City winning the league. And, well, as that's gone wide again. An attempted shot there this time. Wide of the target. And Wolves again. They're not shooting on site here tonight. It was Saiss who tried the left footer this time from about 35 yards. Wide of the left hand post. Just seeing a shot of Kevin De Bruyne there. Taking a well-earned break. He's put in a remarkable shift for Pep Guardiola's men. Wolves in the ascendancy. They're playing with a man advantage, of course, after Edison's quite rightfully sending off. Attempts 13 to Wolves, 5 to City. Wolves have had 5 attempts on target, City 3. You can tell who's the dominant force, but at the moment Wolves are trailing 2-1. I don't think the FA Cup or League Cup, well, we don't know what's going to happen in the FA Cup. One of the Merseyside two will have to go in the opening round because Liverpool and Everton face off a week on Sunday in that tie of the round. Carlo Ancelotti involved now. It will spice things up a bit at Anfield in around about 9 days' time. As Neves takes possession, fires Traore. He's really tormented Mendy all night. He's not stopped running, and he gets it onto that left foot again. And a terrific effort straight down Claudio Bravo's throat, but well handled by the substitute goalkeeper for Manchester City. But Traore, the expectancy rises every time he gets the ball, and he got a good shot away again, and that was a really good save. Man of the match, Traore. So 2 votes for Traore, 2 votes for Raheem Sterling. Bingo report in the FA Cup. Well, they're still going to get past Everton first. Free kick against Johnny Otto. Free kick to Manchester City. Foul on Kyle Walker. I don't think there was much doubt about that one. City taking their time over this, which is angering the Wolves fans a little bit. Wolves are preparing a substitution. Just to remind you, they've got Ruddy, Bennett, Neto, Catrone, Valero, Vagari and Kilman amongst their substitutes. City cannot use any more. They've used Bravo, Gundogan and Grazia. So Foden, Angelino, Zinchenko and Cancelo will not be playing. Maybe a bit of fresh leg is just what Wolves need at this stage of the game. With nearly 20 minutes to go, we're now into the final 20 minutes of this game. 2 votes each for Sterling and Traore, the 2 standout performers from each side tonight. And if it's level, I might have to give joint man of the matches because I think both players have been outstanding tonight. Let's take a pause, but whoever wins outright after 90 minutes, for your votes alone, we'll pick up the man of the match. If it's still level, I might just actually give it as a joint award. Who knows? We'll just see what happens later on in the game. But Traore has looked really well. He's played really well. He's been Wolves' outstanding star player. If you want to vote for man of the match, name your player, and then hashtag it with the hashtag JBMLTM. Neves in possession, finds Matinho. Wolves now building up ahead of steam now with 19 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Here's the ball played in there. And now Traore is giving Bernardo Silva a real handful here, and he's got past his man again. He's put in another tantalisingly good cross, but there was nobody in old gold waiting on the end for it. Just maybe a little bit off radar there for what's there, Traore. And again, showing his pace and giving Bernardo Silva a torrid time. Otto has broken through on the left-hand side, and it's turned away for... Will it go for a corner? The ball bouncing around. It's still in play. There's a foul there. And a free kick to Wolves in a very dangerous position. A silly challenge there by Kyle Walker. Clearly pushed Johnny Otto in the back. Wolves up a chance. There's going to be a change here. And Johnny Otto is coming off. Played okay tonight, Johnny Otto. Done alright. And Bagari is the man that's going to be coming off. Ruben Bagari. What can he do? He's a good player himself. Seen him a couple of times when Wolves have played in Europe. And Wolves got a point against Manchester United. And should have had all three. Can they get a point against City here at home? They've done really well so far. Martinez got in there! And Saiz got the header in. And it narrowly missed the far right-hand post. That was the chance Wolves were craving. Bravo was nowhere near the free kick from the left-hand side. And oh, it was an inch or two past the post. And it was Saiz, and Raul Jimenez was also in there too. Oh my goodness me. That was a glorious opportunity for Wolves. Oh, Nuno Santo thought it was there. Still remains 2-1 to Manchester City. We're in for a grand style finish whatever happens. But it's been an exciting game to watch. Possession 61% Wolverhampton Wanderers, 39% Manchester City. Shows how dominant Wolves have been, certainly in the second half territory. But still trail 2-1. But this man Traore, right hand side, pace to Bird. Will he go again at Bernardo Silva and Mendy? No, he goes back to Dendoncker. Wolves now knocking on the door. Rigari's now hugging the touchline. Wolves fans right behind their team. Oh, what skill, what impotence by Ruben Neves. Now Vigari will try to take on Kyle Walker. Different opposition here for Walker to face it. He's tricked him inside and out and has won his team a corner. This is better for Wolves. They're looking every inch a really good side here. They came close from a set play a couple of minutes ago. Can they do it again? They played so well. 2-1 down. Martinho to take it far side. In it goes. He goes short this time. They're trying to catch City out. Here's Traore, 25 yards out. Tries the shot. Blocked. Might come through here the Wolves. It'll come over to the far side. Chipped in there by Doherty. And then the ball hit a bit up and under. It's not cleared properly here by Manchester City. They're all over the place at the moment. The Wolves are in behind. Vigari now. Good cross into the penalty area. Turned away brilliantly. But I think it was Otamendi in there. It was a bit of a crowd scene, I have to tell you. But Wolves here are building up ahead of the steam with a quarter of an hour left for stoppage time. Ball into the penalty area again. Vigari now having a good save around it. And here he is down on the ball. Vigari takes on his man. This time he's up against Ray Sterling. He's brawling down surely. Free kick for Wolves. Sterling, the man penalised. Wolves have another chance. There's still time left in the game. 4.5 minutes to go. If Wolves can get a goal now in the next 5 minutes, boy, are we in for a grandstand finish. We're in for a grandstand finish already, whatever the outcome here. But it's been a magnificent game of football if you take out the VAR stuff. And it's all been forgotten about because we've had a compelling second half where Wolves have really battled back well for me, 2-0 down. Martinho to take the free kick. It's almost as good as a corner, in fact. Into the penalty, here he goes! Corner, I think. No, it's a goal kick. Thought it might have got a deflection. Again, a good free kick from Martino, causing all sorts of problems. And it was, well, it was Doherty at the far post, the far right-hand post, who got the header in. But just couldn't keep it down. In fact, it came off Garcia's head, which made it that little bit more awkward for Doherty. Still remains 2-1 to Manchester City. 76.5 minutes played. Coming up towards 13 minutes plus stoppage time left to play. Still plenty of time left for Wolves. They're getting chances though. That's the positive thing they can take out of this game. They've played so well, but mind you, they did get rewarded against Tottenham the other week when they played. And they played so well at Spurs' guile and quality just shone through, although they didn't really, on balance of play, deserve to win because Wolves played so well and deserve so much to nothing out of this game. Are they going to have another one of those games where they've played so well and get nothing out of? They deserve something from it. The old gold really putting pride on the shirt. They are really battling hard. It's Bernardo Silva on the ball for City. There's a City player got it down for a moment or two, but he's back on his feet. And City now just having to keep possession here. Otamendi now finds Mendy. Here he is now on the ball. In fact, Fernandinho played the pass in. Now Adama Traore takes it on from his own half and runs about 45-50 yards inside the City half of the field, and another promising attack just breaks down a touch. But once again, Adama Traore is showing great pace and skill, but Wolves have got up the field. That's important. Here's Jimenez now, near side. It's a long cross in there, but it's just bisected everyone and out of play. It will be a City throw-in. Level with their own 6-yard area. Second substitution for Wolves, incidentally. Diego Jota is being withdrawn. And on in his place will be Pedro Neto, number 7. Can he find the touch to get Wolves back into this game and on parity? Jota taking the acclaim of the crowd. He's had another good match. Still 2 votes each in the JB Man of the Match vote. You've still got time to vote. You've got just over 11 minutes. Name of the player, please, and then hashtag it with JBMLTM. This is Raheem Sterling now on a hat-trick, of course. Scored the penalty, which was controversial again in the first half. I don't really want to go over that ground again. Here's Bernardo Silva now. Left-hand side, runs into the area. Good control, good skill, but well tackled again. Wolves have been they've been good defensively, but that one moment of madness when they try to play the offside game may still have cost them. But they've still got a long way to go yet. 11 minutes, as I say. Cross into the penalty area. Turned away for a corner. Otamendi in the way. Here's Neto. I think he's going to leave it to John Moutinho. And that's Neto. There was the cross. And Otamendi had to get a touch on that. It was a corner. Went for a grandstand finish here regardless. Short corner this time. And it's a poor ball into the penalty area from the left-hand side. It was almost after the wall, may show by Bikari. Good tackle again. Oh, he's giving a free kick to Manchester City. Bernardo's gone down. And he has a tendency, Bernardo, to over-egg things a little bit. Yeah, it does, to be fair, Bikari did take his man. So I think Bernardo was entitled to be given that decision. You care to remind you of the man in the match vote? And I'll echo exactly what he's just said there. I don't think I need to repeat that. He said it all for me. Martin Atkinson making a polite gesture to his watch that he'll be adding time on at the end for any time wasted. And of course the 4th official, Andre Mariner from Birmingham, down below me, will be taking a look at that as well. Well, I must admit the officials have not covered themselves in any glory tonight. Martin Atkinson himself, or David Coote, the Stockley Park VAR man. I think he may well be the villain of the piece here tonight. Unless Wolves can get themselves something. They really have deserved something for the effort they've put in. But one awful decision in the first half could come back to haunt them. They're not giving in. Neto, far side. They're not going to give it just yet. Neto does really well. Gets across it, deflects. Might break for Traore, but Mendy's first to the ball for the Man City. Oh, he's lost it! And Traore's won it! Into the area! It's in! It's in! It's 2-2! A mistake by Mendy! And Jimenez has equalised! And the roof has come off, mind you! And after Wales come off Manchester City's title challenge! The gap now will stand at 13 points! And you can probably hear the cheers as far away as Merseyside now! It's Wolves 2! Manchester City 2! What a comeback for Wolves! But it's Manchester City's mistake here! A cross really that was going nowhere. Mendy probably had too much time to assess it. Tried to play the safety game. It didn't work, and Traore showed all his strength, showed all his skill and pace, and played a lovely cross in with his right foot here through the legs of Fernandinho, and the left foot taps it in of Raul Jimenez, and with 7.5 minutes for stoppage time to play, it's game on! 2-2! Wow-wee! What a game! What a game! Panini has got Traore ahead in the man of the match vote. 3-2 in favour of votes to Traore. Manchester City 3 kick against Traore. As things stand, Traore is winning our man of the match vote. And listen to the cheers now. Kevin De Bruyne can hardly believe it, but justice maybe has been done. Wolves have deserved something from this game. And the good thing is now, with City having used all their cards through the early doors in the hope of shutting up shop, now they're facing, probably potentially, City do have a free kick by the way. Traore's now gone to 4 votes now. He's played really well. Goal and an assist. He's done magnificent. Free kick to Wolves. He's had 2 shots at goal, Jimenez, and 1 is counted. 2 apiece. What a game here. This is Doherty. It was Traore, but it was a poor pass by Doherty. It must be said. Here's that man again, Traore. Well, his skill just let him down this time, but didn't cost Wolves anything in the end. 2-2 it is. 6 minutes to play. What a game we're in for now. What a grandstand 6 minutes we've got ourselves here. 2-2. Here live on the JB Clark YouTube channel. 6 minutes left of the man of the match vote, plus, and we'll announce that at the 90th minute mark. Here is Traore again. He's had a magnificent game, a goal and an assist. On any other day, Sterling would have got man of the match as well, because he's played a huge part in proceedings. Well, you want to give Wolves a prize when they went 2-0 down, but the way they've played, and they've played with such positivity, they've played with such vigour, and they've not given up. It'll feel like a victory even against 10 men, but they are a top quality 10 men, Manchester City. Russ wants to change his vote. I'll let you change the vote if it's Traore. Here is Traore. Luke Caton says bye. If it's Traore you're voting for, yeah, by all means you can change your vote. I think he's going to win it anyway. I don't think it's going to make much difference if it's Traore, Russ. Vote away. Right, as long as you hashtag it, mate. Yes, quite. So 5 votes for Traore, 1 for Sterling. I'm allowing it because Traore is running away with the vote just because of his industry. But City are on the rack here, and Wolves can sense this. Bagari now takes possession on the left-hand side. Matinho needs just 1 good delivery, and unfortunately it's not going to be that delivery. It's out for a goal kick. 4 minutes to go, almost. 4.25 minutes to go. Plus time added on. So enjoying my passion. City fans, well, it's going to be a long journey back to Manchester. The 70, 80 miles or so back up the M6. When you can hear probably the cheers from about 90 miles away, 70, 80 miles away in Liverpool right now. They're loving this. But here's Ryan Sterling being roundly booed by Wolves supporters. But it has not won a free kick. Now Wolves have it inside their own half. But they play with real confidence and real vigour, and they've been all action second half. I thought they might come out and really go for it, and I'm not being wrong at all. The flag has stayed down here. Jimenez was onside, but the ball didn't run his way, but he's got himself a throw-in off Fernandinho, the City captain. 3¼ minutes plus stoppage time to go. We will be getting reaction afterwards. We will stay on the air till about just before 10 o'clock tonight. Ball chipped in there, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. We'd like to get Sancho's reaction, and of course hopefully Pep Guardiola. So we'll be staying with you after the match as our holiday fixture commentaries keep going. We are the gift, and we are the channel whose gifts keep on giving. And we've given you an absolute epic tonight. Controversy, red cards, terrific goals, and still drama to come yet. 2½ minutes plus stoppage time. Here's Neves, 35 yards out, tries an audacious right-footed shot. Charged down. I think it might have been Gundogan who charged that down. Wolves come again through Martinho, but the referee has blown foul. I think Otamendi's hurt himself, and the referee stopped it, so that Otamendi can receive treatment. I don't know if it's an actual injury or a time-wasting play. I'm not certain, but I'm certain that Andre Mariner, I'm just down the road at Birmingham, has got his wits about him. You had time on. I've just seen a replay of how well Traore did, where winning the ball back, and in came Jimenez to make it 2-2. They deserve at least a point, Wolves. They've been good value for something tonight. And to come back from practically the dead even against 10 men, you have to applaud Wolves. And certainly Adama Traore, who's 90 seconds away from winning our man in a match award. They've certainly done well. Well, Traore's got an assist to the goal. He hasn't got a hat-trick. He's only scored 1 goal, so. Meanwhile, here's Doherty for Wolves. They're not finishing yet. Doherty, and Doherty through. Doherty shot. It's gone! It's gone! It's Doherty with a goal! It's 3-2 to Wolverhampton Wanderers! And what a way to win it! In the very last minute, Doherty, the left bar, the right back, has just hit a left foot shot into the left side corner of the net, and Manchester City are well and truly sunk. And the cheers will be even louder some 70 miles away in Merseyside. Oh my Gideon, it's 3-2 to Wolves, and my goodness, what enterprising football again. Great effort beyond Bravo, into the net. And Wolves snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. And for once, justice in this crazy game has been shown done. What a lovely back flip by Jimenez to set it up. And what a confident finish. Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Manchester City 2 in an absolute classic. At 4 added minutes to boot. And I think Newcastle caught this one right. And after all the injustices Wolves had to endure in the first half, it is justice for them, justice for the supporters, and even more so, there'll be a few glasses raised to them from the red half of Merseyside here. The gap now will be 14 points unless City, who are down to 10 men, remember, dear me, we will be getting a reaction after this one. I tell you, it's been an absolute classic. City aren't finished yet. Shot deflects wide of the right-hand post from Bernardo Silva. City aren't finished yet. We're into 4 added minutes. The man of the match vote has been decided. It's Traore. A landslide victory for him. He's deserved it. A goal and an assist. He's played remarkably well. City under the cosh. They couldn't afford to make mistakes. They made one now. Even a draw might not be enough now. Sterling barged off the ball. Free kick City on the edge of the penalty area. The DNX Traore, our man of the match, has been penalised here. We've had a minute and 20 of the 4. And I should also stress it's a minimum of. Well, have we wrote the obits a little bit too early on Manchester City? They have a chance here. Well, whatever happens here, this game is going to go down in the annals of Premier League history. Whatever happens now. Can Wolves hang on in there to come from 2 goals down and looking down the barrel of a certain defeat and score 3 magnificent goals in a space of a half an hour? That takes some doing, and they're on course to take 6 points off City, which could, in essence, even at this stage of the season, we're not even halfway through it yet, hand Liverpool the title. Leicester will stay in second place, incidentally. Pep is hoping that Raheem Sterling, who's on a hat-trick, of course, let's not lose sight of that fact, can get his team out of trouble and rescue a point, but it might not even be enough. It'd still be 13 points the gap. But can Sterling rescue something here for City? It's sort of a 3-man City wall in front of a 5-man Wolves wall. So plenty for Sterling to hit through here. Sterling shoots off the crossbar and over. That was the chance that City were hoping for, and Sterling has hit the top of the crossbar. Wolves about to make their final change as we see Sterling hit the bar. And that could be, dare I say it, the last chance saloon for City. We've got a minute and 4 left. Wolves, as I'm just watching a replay of Sterling hitting the crossbar, he nearly got that hat-trick there, but Wolves survive. And the noise here is completely and utterly deafening. Jimenez off. What a game he's had. A goal for him. Let's put Wolves right back. He misses at 2-2, and Ryan Bennett, the defender, comes on, and now they will shut up shop for the remainder of this second half. And in just over 30 seconds from now, you'll hear a noise that Molyneux's not probably seen for a very, very long time. They had a bad defeat at Norwich earlier on in the season, but I tell you what, this is going to be an even bigger defeat. And it's defeats like that on the troubles which might cost them the opportunity of a 3rd successive league title. We're playing 4 minutes. We're now into stoppage time at the end of stoppage time. Wolves have possession. And all Traore has to do now is just keep the ball played into the corner, perhaps. Here's Neto for Wolves. Back to Traore, our man in the match. We haven't known what the television comparison has been yet. It's all 8 football for Wolves now. All eyes on referee Atkinson. What a classic this has been, and surely it's got to be one of the greatest comebacks in Premier League history of all time. And I don't think I've ever commentated a game so thrilling as this for quite a long time. It's been an amazing set of circumstances. City are down and out, down to 10 men, remember. And the Wexel goes! And Wolves have won it! And deservedly so. They were 2-0 down after nearly an hour. But then they came back into it. Traore hit a 20-yard thunderbolt to get them back into the game. Then Jimenez from Traore's right-hand side pass after Mendy was robbed in possession. And then right at the end, Doherty's left foot close-range shot goes into the left-hand corner. Sterling had scored from a controversial penalty in the first half. Scored a nice stink goal to make it 2-0. But Wolves came back and deservedly take all 3 points. It's finished here after a dramatic game here at Molyneux. Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Manchester City 2. We're going to stay on the air and get a reaction in a minute, but, well, there's a song being played on the tonight. Everyone wants to rule the world. Well, Wolves will feel they've ruled the world tonight. To come back from the dead practically from 2-0 down. They say 2-0 down, 2-0 up is a dangerous lead. Certainly it was. Sterling 25 minutes and 50 minutes. Traore 55. Jimenez 82 and Doherty 90. Kyle Walker's shirt half ripped, and it's half whipped in defeat. And City are furious with each other. Sterling and one or two others there, can't believe it. Rodri there. Sterling played well for Manchester City. He was probably their best player this evening. But Wolves deserved it. I thought they played well first half without any reward. But to come back from 2-0 down and then to score 3 goals in 35 minutes, that was the stuff of real legends. And the gap between City and Liverpool remains at 14 points. And Wolves getting a standing ovation, and Martin Atkinson's bushes will be no doubt spared here, because Manchester City have been beaten. And let's hear some reaction from Gabriel Clark.
Yeah, pretty special, considering they were 2-0 up and they at 1 point, so 2-1. I mean, you can just see, I can hardly hear myself speak, so just to come back was unbelievable, and kind of sums up the kind of form we're in at the moment, where we kind of never give up.
And 2-0 down, and Donald, what was key?
I said it before, I think this team is amazing. We fight to the end, whatever is the situation, whatever is the difficulty, we'll be pushing to the end. So what is what we do today. I'm so happy for all the work of the team, and we have to keep going.
You showed a lot of character, obviously, back in October to win there. But is this an even better feeling to come back from 2 down?
Yeah, definitely. Against great team in front of us. But I think it's been amazing. I think every man of us has been working so hard, believing whatever is the result, and we push it to the end. So today I'm so happy, and we have to keep going because soon we have another game.
It was a volatile atmosphere at times, some controversial decisions. Does that make it all the better? And clearly, you would have been expected as well to take on 10 men and maybe beat 10 men for 82 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. That's why I was a bit disappointed that we managed to go 2 goals down. Considering they had 10 men, we kind of felt like we should have gone on and made the game a little bit easier for ourselves. But I guess nobody really cares once you win the game, and we managed to do that in the end. So I guess we got to recover and travel tomorrow. We got Liverpool in 2 days.
And how do you sum up this fella's form this season?
Unbelievable, absolute pleasure to play with. He gets us up the pitch whenever we're in trouble. He's scoring goals, he's getting assists now, and it's just the form he's in is probably been the best form of his life. So he's been unbelievable this season.
Yeah, and now to take on Liverpool, Adama, to be the first team to beat Liverpool.
Yeah, like I said before, we'll be fighting to the end. And I think Liverpool is a great team. It's at top of the league now, with many points in front. But like I say, we'll come out, whatever is the game, to fight and to give our best.
It's been a fantastic performance by Wolves tonight. Adama, not surprisingly, man of the match. Matt, do the honours.
Well, Adama Traore picked up the television vote as well. I think he well-deserved award, as well as the JB award. I think he's deserved that as the 2 players walk off the field. Matt Doherty and Adama Traore, you heard interviewed there by Amazon Prime and ITV's Gabriel Clark. And this falls into 5th place, then move up to 30 points. Man City staying third on 38, and then now a massive 14 points behind Liverpool in top position. But what a game. That is magnificent. And, well, now Wolves will go to Liverpool in 2 days' time full of confidence, but they'll be in for a rude awakening. I think Liverpool may well win that game, but what a game. Thank you, said JB. I think I deserve a night after the 2 days worth of commentary we've put in tonight, because it's just been unbelievable, terrific reaction, and I think we're going to leave it here because I need to lie down after all that. What a game. City look to be home and those even with 10 men. Let me go through the list of incidents before we leave you tonight, because I think it's worth talking about in chronological order. City down to 10 men in about the 20th minute mark, when goalkeeper Edison was sent off for denying Jota a clear goal scoring opportunity. Took the man out, almost like Patrick Banniston and Hal Schumacher all the way back in 1982. Red card, referee was right. None were controversy with the penalty. Mahrez seemed to go down very theatrically, and he angered the Wolves fans. It went to VAR. They gave the penalty very controversially, I have to tell you. But then Raheem Sterling took the first one, missed. There was an encroachment, it appeared, by Cody. I have looked at the replay later on, and it did look a bit of an encroachment, to be fair. But even so, Wolves felt very justifiably angry with things. And then the retake of penalty again. Sterling took it. Right-footed, saved again by Patricio. Put the rebound in to Sterling to make it 1-0. That was the score at half-time. Then Sterling, after Wolves trying to play an offside game, which didn't quite work, Sterling dinked it over Patricio to make it 2-0. And it looked at that point as if Wolves were going to be sunk without trace. But back came Adama Traore. 25 yards daisy cutter into the left-hand corner, right-footed, made it 2-1. And Wolves then were knocking on the door, had chances from set plays, had chances that they created, but just wasted them at the crucial moment. Then, in the 83rd minute, Mendy robbed on his own byline by Adama Traore, our man of the match. Right foot, low cross back in towards the edge of the 6-yard area, and Jimenez tapped it in with his left foot to make it 2-2. And then Matt Doherty played a 1-2 with Jimenez. Jimenez, a lovely flick round the corner, it has to be said. And then Doherty hit a terrific left-footed shot inside the area, into the net. And QC's of unbridled joy. But that wasn't the end of the drama. There was still time for Sterling to have a free kick, and he hit the bar, and that could have easily ended 3-3, but that could have killed off Manchester City's title bid. What a night! And Wolves now up into 5th position. Who would have thought that? Well, they've had a terrific season, Wolves. It's been a slow start for them, but they are picking up points left, right and centre. Matt Doherty, the hero. And scenes of unbridled joy here at Burnley tonight. It's been an absolute privilege. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm off to get myself a lie down. I think you guys need a lie down after that. I'll replay the goal highlights on the Facebook page later, because I think it's worth looking at again. But what a game, what a night. And Wolves, from an impossible position at 2-0 down, came back and talk about grandstand finishes. We saw one tonight of Hughes' performances and one of the greatest comebacks, I'm going to say it, probably in the history of the Premier League. Wolves the winners from 2 goals down to beat Manchester City 3-2. I hope you've enjoyed our commentary tonight, and thank you all for joining me. Thank you very much. From Molyneux, after a dramatic night where Manchester City's reigning title challenge has come right and truly off the rails, it's good night from me from Molyneux. Good night.